chilling. The fucking heat wave has calmed down, as you can see, or hear in the background, probably. Hear the wind rustling. Feel the need to sing the need. Now I'm trying to get to the proceedings. Haven't had time. It feels like I'm always doing something. Focus back on this blob of writing that I need to get out. And I guess I'm just chipping away at it, so World War II saw the introduction of speed into the mainstream. Started in the 60s movie on that Max HBO thing. Tweakers, and it struck me as captivating as far as movies go, but it's the opposite of the book that I wrote. What I'm meaning, I want to make money. Just do a reading. It's quite pleasing to see a pretty face. Say a few lines on the screen. I'll see you late. You can make your commercial great, so you don't have to spend millions on making the ad. You have models. I think you'll be quite glad you spent money to advertise with my tweets. I can guarantee we care enough to make people laugh, you see. So don't be scared. Advertise on twitter.fun. Do it fast before the rates go up, son. Have a cooking show and a travel channel called What the Fuck. Maybe sensible about some stuff. Fun, but neither Republican or Democrat is a good choice, and no fun. I've run into various people like me, Southside Cornerstone guys. Son told me he went to LA and made his way back from Skid Row in one day. In LA, this guy thought I wanted to go to Malibu. Showed me around a little too, and there was this cute little blonde girl that lived in Redondo, and he told me that I went the wrong way. So you say. Showed me a place to stay, and some kids wanted to buy some art, and I told them they weren't worthy, not smart. They didn't look so stressed about it. It's funny, at my best I was blessed with someone to buy my art in LA finally. Had a duffel of weed, and I seen what they did to me when they thought I was gonna come up with a few cases of chocolate. Chocolates. I'm supposed to rhyme. Chocolates. Imagine knowing I'm in LA with like 30 pounds of weed. I was certain to kill me. Last 2 months has proved what I'm saying, but finally got grounded and everything. And then he came back with money. It just felt really odd. But Malibu Jesse had me feeling a lot. He had a Volkswagen, not a Bug. It was a camper, but not a Vanagon, but just a truck. The bed built in a little shelter in the back. Like, all a man needs to get through his V-Dub, not a Bug. It was a camper, but not a Vanagon, but just a truck. The built-in bed, a little shelter like that is all a man needs. And that was my parents might have Malibu money. He stayed by himself indeed. And it was Nesto, same thing. Family blessed him, but he didn't get to leave. Wanted to sing on Venice Beach, and we had an assemblage, it seemed. wanted to. No, I'm just. There's this rock star guy between you and I. Suffered from the same doubts a lot of us find. We just usually don't get too close. Ernesto vouched for me, his approval. Didn't value till I lost it, you see. That's the thing about cherishing kind of unusual driving time. Seen a lot of girls, dime girls at that time. But what I'm saying is, all a guy needs is a 4-wheel drive. And nothing is more exciting than sex. It's programmed in our DNA. Biggest flex one could have is a big body count, apparently. Except children are what we're trying to protect. And some people will go, yuck, think of the diseases. And someone else will probably go, please, think of Jesus. I'm here to talk about casinos. It's a gray area of the law where people seem to love. Maybe it's like a forbidden fruit. Opposite of the above, the hope of winning seems to be all that some live for. They're gonna wake up and spend 100 on the lottery either way. It just gives them a place to play where they can be properly appreciated. From my experience, the people with money are the ones who don't play. And society might have nothing against them. It seems boring in some way. All my days of toiling have only brought me good ideas. Like music and porn. You ever seen what you're stuck on? You ever seen when you're stuck on porn and everything else seems so boring?
This is Rachel, another Lincoln High survivor. This is everybody. This is Chandler and Phoebe and Joey. And you remember my brother Ross? Sure.
Hey.
Hi.
You know, you probably didn't know this, but back in high school I had a major crush on you.
I know.
You did? Oh. I always figured you just thought I was Monica's geeky older brother.
I did.
Oh. Listen, do you think, and try not to let my intense vulnerability become any kind of a factor here, but do you think it would be okay if I asked you out sometime, maybe?
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay. Okay, maybe I will.
Remember when we were in high school together?
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you think you were just gonna meet someone, fall in love, and that'd be it?
See, I see big passion in your future.
You do?
Now, what's happening in America? I'm torn. In some places, there are areas where Spanish and Asians live together and compete, and the Asians, the feds, are getting an advantage. There are Asians that work for the news, and Spanish and black people that work for white supremacy too. It's way more common than you think. Though right now, if you blink, the feds are systematically targeting immigrants working for the Jews. San Jose, they have a bunch of falafel spots in a time all over the bay. Must be 700 pizza spots within 1 mile radius. About 4 miles to a Dollar Tree. And Starbucks every other block is in need in places with high population density. But they can't haul the piles of trash fast enough that used to be people's homes. Probably work and trying to save. They can roam. Republicans are going again. I think the Republicans are against communism. They suck commie dicks for a fee. Some high up rich dude from India or China, Arab Emirates gets off knowing they saw him on TV. Probably get 50 G's a fee. Like Eminem or Britney. It's a hierarchy. Family names and abilities. There's a Republican. Billy Washington or Michael Lee, you deserve a job in government. It's at least twice as much as the average graduate. everyone that's not either of the above two can be a laborer, slave, or just fucking die for all we care too. True. That's fucking communism, dude. In the USSR, only people who drove cars were in the government or gangsters or lottery winners. And it's like they're pranksters working amongst us. Same thing in China right now, except they're not wasting money somehow. At least there has a law that says no scavenging. Oh, yeah. In Sac, I seen an 80-year-old woman collecting cans for the family too. Throw in an extra $4 that day is what I said too. There's a law that says no scavenging, dude. So that old lady is getting all of the cans. Who's gonna arrest the little old Chinese lady or so I say. I'm mad at Mexicans. It's probably them same old ladies bringing in fentanyl. Seen many more people hunchbacked than I ever seen. San Francisco used to be full of the toughest guys you've ever seen. Hoping some stripper chick would get him a room for free. So it seemed to me. Bunch of G's. Now it's like 20-year-old Mexicans standing around drinking beer. Went through an alley. Stumbled around. On a pretty good-looking girl that seemed to be just waiting for someone to get horny and steer near her. It's like either you're part of the Republicans or you can fuck with the Mexicans out there. But your options are slim. Because if you get into the Chinese part of Sac, it's a fact, the further to the center you go, the hotter the girls are. Pract, they sing their arts in the broad day. It's America today. Or the future of America today. The ones with money, the Russians and the Jews and the Greeks, the Orthodox too, Indians, even the ones who drive cabs seem to get all the loose women. In fact, get all these ideas, but I haven't been able to help a person yet. Every time I did, they make sure I'll regret the fuck out of it, kid. Just like when you help me, it's not in my plans, it's just the way I want you to see. All we seem to do is been able to pull people up by their betrayal. It's really the best that can do. And it seems like a fail so long as they get away with those same tricks every day. Never once has an Elon Musk or Under Armour or Adidas at its peak want to pay me back. Oh, when we have to do that, there's a contract. Fuck you. Instead, many try to beat me into the ground, hoping I don't find out they're doing an NY good name because they know they deserve a thrashing. Spanish Jews are still fighting. They might deport 100 guys, but boom, they cap 100 feds. Every time there's an equal and opposite response, but at some point they're going to lose. The Chinese government isn't going to take that many losses. The feds and the ops. Talk about wasting money. For every 5 homeless, there's probably 1 FBI op screaming and sitting somewhere. Cali, they're letting them live so long as they're intense in their designated place. And rent's pretty high until they go raid that one spy. There's a Holy Spirit that's supposed to protect them. But evil use noises and frequencies and everything they can do to confuse things. Try to tune you out of your third eye. Let's just say it's way more than fluoride. Fluoride, a type beat. And the aforementioned voodoo from the foreigners, you see. Part of a Jewish superiority, not a sorority. Indians, Chinese, Russians, and Saudis, Koreans, all enjoy privileged positions. The Russians do pawning, Liquor stores, gas stations are on lock and key. The Arabs got them, you see. So instead of relying on red and blue to do it for us, they should have proven time and time again they're in on it too. They have for sure Russians and Washington and Jews. I'm hearing that a lot of them are getting government assistance too. I mean, my grandma got a pension even before she was 67 or whatever. I'm in a rush, gotta get up in less than 6 hours, was what I had said to at the time. It's been like a week, and now I'm rhyming. And my aunt got SSI. So to offset that, my uncle worked at a factory till they closed it down. Both my parents worked long hours, 7 days a week, I found. The other day I overheard neighbors saying Americans ain't shit. We can't overwork or do anything. Man, that was like a month ago or more. Because hoes are on drugs and they get hooked too. Got you by the balls, you need them for drugs, and are you gonna give up the hoes after you've bought into it and are liable too? And the Antichrist dream was to have all women by the vagina. And it started where casinos were a safe haven, or a gray area for drugs and prostitution, and enslavement them was what it turned out to be. It was an alternative. You didn't have to go to school. You were important, you see. You got to meet important, distinguished people, etc. And the movies did this as well. I'm telling you. I guess the Jews got control over who's important in Hollywood too. Anyway, it's not about out of nowhere this is happening, because it takes a lot of vision and sense and such. Only people who can afford a house are in government. Thank you very much. And they control the women. You can torture her, they'll put me on until she gives it up. They got a show. Crazy rich Asians. The Chinese government bought up all the factories in the US. Can print out as much money as they want to infiltrate. And you can bet they're in DC. If Elon's prediction that LA had bottled water, Elton's prediction, LA had bottled water 10 years before. Well, Cali is all Asian. I mean, the Bay used to be. It's literally 5-1 white people, like 2/5 being Hispanic. And again, it's nothing for China to print out 450,000, send their best spies here with a luxury home, and now maybe fund a business. They had hoes in broad daylight working Chinese neighborhoods. Like, that's all good. I already said that, and I'm saying working for a hook, but I am not playing. I'm not saying Asians aren't smart or capable, and having representation in a nation of all people is important, but I just feel we're looking to them for guidance, and they're not keeping it real. The AE are doing the stuff that we used to do. They're getting the fee. We're all like helpless. Help me. Someone from the AE, Saudi prince or something. Bad enough we spent all that money going to the moon and going again and again and with no real purpose. I'm not against space exploration, but it's kind of worthless in a time. There's a place for everything. Mr. KD up in a wormhole, don't they call it? Wasted hundreds of billions on chargers for e-cars to fund gas companies still. I hate nothing more than an empty or wasted cause. I hope you'll feel you could have helped so many people with that money, or the economy anyway. So I posted this thing about some Asian guy who stole millions in Bitcoin and everything. And had the nerve to call the police when his friend stole like 15 G's and got found out, but they didn't do anything to him.
from a dark web site called the Silk Road. No one knew until the man behind the crime made a costly mistake. Now a new CNBC documentary, Crypto 911, exposing a Bitcoin billionaire, provides never-before-seen footage and the story behind one of the biggest heists in history. Eamon Javers has the story for us.
Jimmy, how do you feel after this today? Jimmy, you feel like the judge was fair today? Why'd you steal the money, Jimmy?
A spectacular crime
This is going to be a huge case, and there's a lot more money that we don't know about.
in a small town.
Shocked. I was shocked. I was so surprised.
A 28-year-old secret Bitcoin billionaire, his private jets, wild parties, and dark secret.
It was just a surreal feeling, and for Jimmy, there were no limits.
This is the story of one of the biggest crypto heists of all time. He's living this party monster lifestyle and with no visible means of support.
Right.
With clues dating back to the earliest days of Bitcoin itself, in a story that reveals a dark truth about the hackers and coders who created cryptocurrency in the first place. A huge amount of Bitcoin is leaking out of the system, and you have no idea where it's going.
It's a huge question.
And the man who could have gotten away with it, except for one phone call that led to an abrupt end to a nearly decade-long manhunt.
Clark County 911. What is your name, sir?
It's Jimmy Zong, Z-H-O-N-G.
Now, that's just a sneak peek of the documentary. In it, IRS Criminal Investigation, the agency that investigated the case, takes us behind the scenes and shows us how they cracked the story. We also get a detailed look into their interactions with Zong and a look into his bizarre life. You can check it out now on CNBC.com or scan this QR code at the corner of the screen that you see right now for a link to the whole story, guys. Back over to you.
Amy, you said it's a bizarre life. Who is this guy, Jimmy, who is at the center of your story?
You know, he's a brilliant...
Bitcoin was associated with crime that used to be difficult to hide. Booking Cash App for some drugs they found online. They send them to you. And they might be good, but motherfuckers don't care, I find. They got people to chase with helicopter assistance every day. Never was crime as bad as the scamdemic, literally. Gave bad guys a chance to get rich. You can physically steal money from the government with no repercussions, just like the Asians do. Meanwhile, they're building modern marvels and laughing at our drugged up asses because we can't figure out that both parties are under foreign control and the lasses. So I propose 1/3 of both Republicans and Democrats is gather to find enlightenment, and some obviously can't come. Sometimes, namely rich pricks from both sides, crackhead sellouts. As for mine, someone said LG is the best-selling brand of computers, so you see, I was like, that's what I got. People who bought Motorola because that was the way of showing support for me are confused because I bought a Samsung. I don't want there to only be two brands, either Apple or Samsung. But that Moto phone they had was blue, and I fucking hate blue like I hate Trump, and I hate Obama too. Bush. There's nothing wrong with the colors themselves until we take them back. It's what they represent. Hatred for our fellow Americans and dividends. Characters are not valued in Asia, or are they in the corporate world? They are beloved by 100% of the corporate, or of the rest of the globe. Yet they are so left. Seems I'm told. But I insist we combine as the white party. It's exactly why America dominated culturally for the last 100 years, and entertainment is highly profitable, especially in an age of robots. It's softable. Any people with originality were systematically attacked by Facebook in 2007, maybe. All those people are psychos, but here's your evidence. Zuckerberg Mafia, ETC. Fags have been running those So they let whatever slide, but they think they've made gods of themselves, these Hollywood elites. Wealthy new world orders, they're betting it'll work again just like before. You're not thinking that we've let them win all these times, because that we're super secret gangsters. We've never even find us. We've never even shown a fraction of our power, it seems. But why did the natives die? If there's a God, you see. They're working on ways to block the Holy Spirit, the third eye, indeed. Destroying history helps. If they can't destroy it, they gut it and lose the memories or something. It's felt in the 90s. The Ghostbusters figured out how to trap spirits, and I guess it's kind of like that. I was chosen to pass on the knowledge the guy spent his life studying the book, in fact. But I lost it, so I find it's my responsibility to add with technology. They just try to keep a motherfucker down. And that's all I wrote. And I found that such a relief. I got it off my shoulders. But lastly, this goes out to Haley. I don't know what to do. It's not the you that I think wants to be a porn star. Only you. I'll try this later.